first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the rosters. Obviously, I haven't really been able to do a lot of NBA talking because obviously the season hasn't started yet and won't really be starting up for like another month and a half or so. It's been quite some time since we had some good NBA talk on the channel, and nothing too crazy with the rosters now. As you can see, it's updated with Donovan Mitchell up on the squad with the Cleveland Cavaliers, which was a really crazy trade. Honestly, I definitely did not see that coming at all. I thought we all sort of thought the Knicks were sort of going to be the front runners of that, and it looks like that sort of fell through last minute. The Clippers look pretty good. And as you can see, the layout, even the background to this game looks quite similar to NBA2K23, which quite honestly is pretty obvious how every 2K is nowadays. It's pretty much the same game for 3 years, then it changes, and then it's the same game for like 3 years, and then changes. So hopefully the next year's game has a little bit of a different layout, which would be really nice to see. And yeah, you have Colin Sexton there with the Utah Jazz, who, man, that team is, good luck over the next handful of years. The Lakers here look absolutely dreadful. I mean, you go 4 or 5 players deep in this roster and you're already hitting, 75, 76 overall guys. It's pretty rough there. Over there in LA, we're going to see how that sort of works out. IRL, the Magic, and yes, they do have, obviously, the rookies, Paolo Banchero, and also the Orlando Magic as a whole largest team. And obviously, Paolo Banchero, a player that I'm really going to be watching a lot this year. The Mavericks, the Nets, you have Kyrie Irving at 89 overall, not even breaking 90, which is kind of surprising. And then Ben Simmons at 83, which, man, Ben Simmons is, one of the biggest X factors in the NBA. If he can come back and just be regular Ben Simmons again, the Nets are going to be looking really good. Same thing with the Denver Nuggets. Some very, very, very high-profile players coming back on that team, with maybe even a deeper roster, questionably. Look at this. They have Brandon Ingram listed as a shooting guard. If you're a Pelicans fan, let me know if Brandon Ingram is planning on playing shooting guard next year. I think that'd be very interesting to see. You have some other sort of notable guys and rookies I'm going to be showing you. And yeah, just nothing too crazy about the rosters. The 85 overall for Aiden's kind of low. I feel like he should be at least an 86. I feel like 85 is kind of pushing it, at least for the start of the year. I've been hearing a lot of sort of things on the Suns. Not a lot of people are very high on them anymore, but I still think they're going to be a top 3 seed in the West, definitely by the end of the year. You have the Twin Towers over there in Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns. That team is very top heavy. Let's see if that can make it a big push for that franchise. You got my Portland Trailblazers, which are very, very mid roster. Anthony Simons hopefully can have a good breakout year. Gary Payton, very good signing for us. But take a look at this. Shaedon Sharpe, the number 7th pick, potentially could have been number 1 if he actually played last year. 72 overall. He has a 95 potential, but still, man, they did my boy Shaedon Sharpe so dirty. The Warriors are just insanely deep in 2K, and also in real life, they're going to be a very, very, very solid team, and obviously, defending champs. And then you got the Wizards. Anyways, I guess the first thing we're actually going to be taking a look at officially is going to be sort of my bread and butter, the My League, but now it's called My Era, or I guess you can just call it NBA Era. It's basically My League. It's basically the perfect place to do all the rebuilds, but now you can actually rebuild teams from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and the current day generation. I wish they would have added a 2010s one, because 2010s is my favorite era of basketball, but as you can see here, you can take over teams from those, I guess, decades. Now I know you're thinking, well, this is kind of dumb. They're just going to have a couple teams, maybe a couple players. It's not going to be sort of what you're thinking and hoping it's going to be. Now, obviously, you can just do modern era and just do a modern, the regular My League if you want to do that, which is I'm going to be doing a lot of. Well, I'm going to be trying to do a lot of, again, very similar to last year's, but there is something different. One of the cool things they added is sort of a draft storyline thing. So maybe, let's say LeBron James, what if he was a bust? What would have happened? Or what if Darko was the best player in that draft? What would have happened? I think that's a kind of a cool thing to add in the 2K. And also you can see here, when you do the 2000s, it's legit. It is the full, I'm pretty positive, full rosters of all. I think back in this day there was 28 teams. I don't think Charlotte was a team yet, which is pretty crazy to think about. You have like when Paul Pierce was the man before KG and Ray Allen got there in Boston, Powell on the Grizzlies before he was traded to the Lakers. I mean, look at that. You even have Karl Malone and Stockton still on the team. The dominant Sacramento team. Okay, of course, one of the greatest duos of all time, Kobe and Shaq, Lakers. You could do a T-Mac rebuild and try to make T-Mac, you know, the player that he should have been before the injuries. Like, but yeah, you can see it's all just such a fun idea. You can even be the Sonics and try to maybe have them stay in Seattle. I mean, look at this garbage Portland Trailblazer team. A lot of possibilities with this. And then after you select a team, it takes you to this menu where it tells you upcoming things that are going to be added to, I'm assuming, your league. So again, Charlotte Bobcats being added, Simi Game Series, things like that. I'm assuming they're just going to be sort of auto-filled into your league, which is really cool. You can also obviously go into the individual draft classes, which, yes, this is going to be the 03 draft class. So say you do pick, I don't know, who knows, the Supersonics, and you tank, you can get LeBron or something like that happens, and it's really cool. Or again, you can implement those scenarios where, again, maybe LeBron's a bust and Darko's the best player, and yada yada yada. It could be a lot of different possibilities. And just like the other 2Ks, they have all the draft classes. So again, if you guys want me to maybe do a video on these, I could do that, because it's all basically the same. But as you can see from the top right hand corner, you're starting in the year 2002, so it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure. So if you guys have, you know, any ideas of what teams you want me to do, if you want me to do the 90s, do like a Jordan challenge and try to win 6 straight rings, or go to the 80s and see how far back I can go, and that'd be kind of fun. Anyways, next up, we have my team. Now, for a lot of you newer people on the channel, obviously you're probably not big fans of 2K, but also you may not even know that NBA My Team used to be like sort of my bread and butter on YouTube for a little bit. I upload a lot of content for my team, but not so much anymore. Not that big of a fan, but it is kind of fun to just sort of drop it every once in a while. Now, when you do start up your my team this year, you are automatically put into a 3-on-3. You have John Morant, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid. Wow, good foul. You're going up against some of the rookies from this upcoming draft. Well, this already happened, NBA draft, and yeah, I guess you just sort of play these players randomly, and then you get to pick one of the cards to start your team with, which is actually pretty cool. Now, with the gameplay, I have found it to be a little wonky. It does feel different gameplay-wise as to last year's. I wouldn't say it's more like animation-based. It just definitely seems like a slower-paced game. Like, I feel like I was getting stuck a lot in animation, and it just didn't feel sort of the same as last year's. The shooting is also obviously a lot tougher. I feel like every year 2K makes it a little bit tougher and tougher and tougher to shoot the ball, but I guess it's a quote-unquote skill game now. You can't just play a game and have fun anymore, but it was pretty okay. Got that guy lacking and drove by with Jimmy Butler. So yeah, basically this is just like a gameplay, but I'm not showing you guys some more gameplay. I literally just did a 2K gameplay video the other day. So anyways, as you open your starter packs, again, like I said, you only get 3, which 2K, super lame, super lazy. Give us 5. Why 3? Anyways, yeah, Ja, Jimmy, and Joel. Knowing this game, Jimmy Butler's not going to be a player anyone picks. I'm going to go with John Morant because A, he's super fast, and that's all 2K cares about. And B, it's John Morant. It's a really cool and funny card. Now, you're also going to open your starter packs, which else? Let's see. Winyan Gabriel, interesting. Devin Vassell, who's actually going to be a pretty solid player for the Spurs now that DeJounte's gone. He's going to get a lot of opportunity there. Boban. Not bad. Definitely not the worst. And as you guys know, every year I always do LBB, the Long Beach Ballers. So that's my team every single year. The LBB, the Long Beach Ballers. Anyways, after that, you have to jump into another game where you have to basically do this new game mode that they have where it's a 14-second shot clock game. You even have a 4-point line. It's very crazy. The CPU has Klay Thompson and Cam Johnson and Klay Thompson. It should be pretty easy. Oh my god, yeah, you can tell that was my first game because the camera angle is bad. But yeah, just to show you guys a little bit of gameplay again of 2K, definitely, it looks the same. Actually, it may even look a little bit better. I think the game does look a little bit better. If you've played a lot of 2K, you can maybe tell a difference. I think I can. I will say that the hair animation looks a lot better, like some of the players with like the bushier hair, the afro style hair. I feel like it does move a little bit more flowy, a little bit better than previous 2Ks. That guy got me jumping really bad on that one. But other than that, yeah, just the gameplay feels a little bit different. I just gotta get a little bit more used to it. 4-point line. Oh, dang it. Try to use that 4-point line with John Morant. I don't really have any good 3-point shooters on this team, so I can't really use that very well, but I kind of wanted to try it, see what it did, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that down in this one. Ooh, there's Klay off a screen. Good rebound. John Morant is sort of going to be the guy I'm going to be using a lot of pick and roll. Let's see if I can get this guy to roll again. Oh yeah, that's easy money. Easy money for Jaw, yeah. That's kind of fun. Just some more gameplay. Peyton Pritchard out there with Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's trying to put me in the post. Ooh. Good little turnaround J from Klay. I guess this is only a 1/4 game mode, by the way, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, John Morant looking really good getting to the basket. Oh. I always love seeing in 2K and all the new 2Ks, all like the new celebrations and stuff they have, because I think John Morant does that in, in real life NBA basketball. He does that move, and it's really cool to see what other things they add to the game. Oh, and just like that, we get a green release, which, by the way, I'll show you guys really soon. It's different in this year's 2K. When you get a green release, it doesn't actually show up until after you make the shot, basically. See that? You used to do it before the shot even left your fingers. Now, you kind of have to wait a little bit before even knowing it's green, which, again, is a stupid thing they added. I don't know what 2K's doing. Anyways, the main menu is basically the same. I actually like last year's 2K menu a lot more. This year's looks a little too bland and different, but I guess I'm going for like a nostalgic sort of feel, because it is sort of like the Michael Jordan 90s sort of 2K, so I get it, but I like last year's look a little bit more. And all the game modes are still the same. They do have the draft again, which is really cool, but it's not like a FIFA draft. I hate 2K's draft and how they do it. I wish it would just be like a carbon copy of FIFA, but we do have the new cards. Yes, they already have pink diamonds and diamonds in 2K. I kind of remember and like it a little bit more when they only, had amethyst in the beginning of the game and then slowly release diamonds and slowly release pink diamonds. Now the game starts with pink diamonds, which you already know players already have, which is crazy, but yeah, basically everything is still the same. Domination, you have Julius Randle as the, I guess, target guy to have, which is crazy. You get Bill Walton later on, which is a really cool sort of throwback card. Alonzo Mourning, I think that was one of them. And you even have a triple threat offline, which is sort of like my go-to thing I always used to play a lot of, but guess what? They don't even give out cards anymore for this anymore. When you used to hit a certain milestone, they'll give you like a free, I don't know, amethyst, whatever guy, Gerald Green. Now you don't even get base level cards anymore. You just get tokens and stuff, which, again, another game mode ruined for me, because I really liked collecting those really cool cards. I guess the tokens are a little bit more usable in this year's 2K. It looks like you can actually still, I like the other version better. But yeah, anyways, that is my team. Again, if you guys want some my team content, definitely let me know. Give this video some love, a thumbs up, commenting, yada yada yada. You get the idea. You of course have the, play now stuff that we always see in NBA 2K. Now the menu is obviously the same. It's 2K, so that is what it is. I do kind of like how they have, Team LeBron, Team Kyrie. I don't know if they had this last year. They have Team USA, Team World from last year as well, and they also have the younger guys. They have some of the Olympic teams, which is really cool. But I don't remember if that was in last year or not. And then again, they have all these old-time teams, which are always very fun to see. Also, of course, they have their Wnba mode, which I actually had. I tried it before, and it actually is kind of fun to just sort of mess around, like making a female character, which is really cool. And then you also have sort of like the My League stuff for them. It's kind of just like the same thing as they had last year, but I actually did do this last year on my free time, and it's pretty fun. Sort of just like a time killer. I think it was something they could obviously definitely expand on and maybe have like their own story mode and stuff like that. I think that actually could be like a really cool idea, but who knows if they'll ever do that. Then we also have the My Career, which is actually, again, sort of like the biggest thing I did in 2K last year was My Career. You guys really enjoyed that. Well, the people who were around really enjoyed that. I think I'm just going to make a guy really quick, just sort of do like a little fun one. I never do the face scan ever. My guy always ends up looking like a demon. Let's see if they are, yeah, these are just like the same guys as they had last year. Oh gosh, the hair is just gross on that one. Some of the hair looks really good in this game, some of the hair looks really bad. I need the guy with like the biggest nose. Yeah, this works. Okay. Let's do this. And then I just will do like the hair. And like I said, I think the hair animation is definitely a little bit nicer in this game than last year's. I feel like they just move and look a little bit nicer. But usually in 2Ks, I would hope they would always get better and better with like the animation and just how things are made and just touch it up every year. I ended up making my guy look like Nikola Vucevic, which I thought was really funny, but this is just literally the base character I make in literally every single 2K ever, so that's just what it's gonna be. And of course, when making your character, you gotta come up with a name and everything like that, and obviously I'm gonna go with Jake Baller, and for my number, I'm always number 3, it's my favorite number, but for position, last year we had a small forward, and I feel like I always make a wing, shooting guard, small forward, so this year I'm gonna go with a center or a point guard, and I think I'm gonna go with the point guard. Funny enough, I've ever made a point guard in 2K, which is like maybe the most popular build to have in 2K, obviously having the ball in your hand all the time, but I never really liked that. Now again, this isn't my official 2K build, I'm just making like a fun character right now, just for the sake of the video. Now if I was a point guard in the NBA, I would love to be like a bigger guard, like a 6'5", a Shea, Cade Cunningham, sort of like a DeJounte Murray type of player, where I'm like a little bit bigger, I can guard, 1 to 2s, maybe even some 3s every once in a while. That's like my perfect style of guard, maybe even like a Luka Doncic, just a bigger style point guard. So that's what I went with. Now, if you know anything about the new 2K this year, the My Player Builder is a disaster. It is so hard to make a build that you actually want to use and everything like that. So I tried my best to do one just to have fun with it. Again, I'll go back and make like a real build and maybe show you guys if you guys want that for a video, and maybe try to follow along people who already know how to make a good build or just something like that. I sort of just made like the typical build I always make in 2K, sort of like the do-it-all defender who can also have a pretty good facilitating game and stuff like that. A good shooter, can dunk a little bit, sort of like a do-it-all player. But I don't know if this is any good. It's probably not. I just know this year's 2K it's so different from last year's when doing a My Player build. So I just had fun with it. It's just a fun build. And then for takeover, I always just do the easy blow-by one, so you can get by defenders a lot easier. And obviously, if I'm a point guard wanting to get to the rim and stuff like that, I really want to be able to do that. And also, obviously, you need to do my limitless less range just to be a better shooter when I want to be. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be. Maybe I should. No, I'll just do this one. Yeah, finishing. Nah, I'll do shooting. Yeah, maybe I'll do finishing if I really want to try again. And look what 2K gave me. I am not Kenny the Jet Smith. There's no way the player I made is Kenny Smith. He also gave me De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray, which, again, I'm a 6'5", sort of do-it-all guard. I can't really see that being, De'Aaron Fox, because I'm a shooter. You can see it right there, it says shooter, but De'Aaron Fox, what? And then there's Jamal Murray, but I'm a good defender. I don't know. Maybe it's like a mixture of all three, but then again, that wouldn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know. I feel like I had a better comparison in my head, but, jeez. Anyways, I'll come back to that later on, but now we're on to the Michael Jordan Challenge, the game mode of the year. This is what everyone's been waiting for, so let's see. The finals in 98, obviously, yeah, game 6, that's the shot against Utah, yeah. I wonder if they're just gonna show like a flashback video. Oh, it's gameplay, okay, so I can actually show this, thank God. If it wasn't gameplay, I definitely would not be able to show this because I'd definitely get copyrighted for no reason. Oh yeah, this is the play beforehand. This never gets shown whenever they play the shot from Michael Jordan. People don't even know beforehand. The Utah Jazz could have iced the game, but Jordan does an amazing defensive stop against Karl Malone. Man, I mean, that was amazing. And then you have the shot right here. Oh yeah, they actually pressed the button. That's kind of cool. That's pretty sick. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people forget about that. The possession beforehand of the shot. Jordan has one of the best stops in NBA Finals history right there. And that's always like a little flashback of a couple of key moments in Jordan's career. Him facing off against Kobe for the first time, or at least one of the first times. Yeah, when it was number 45, the double nickel in Madison Square Garden, the 6 threes in the first half against Portland. Shout out to Portland for sucking. That's funny. He has a lot of great memories. 1982, is that like college Jordan, I'm assuming? Yeah, college Jordan, wow. Oh, wow, okay, so as you can hear, I'm like moving my analog stick, and you can't actually move anywhere. So you have to play the first game, and you can't just like jump around to different events. Okay, I thought you could be able to like jump around to different moments in Jordan's career. And it looks like if you complete them all, you get some mycareer stuff, and then also some myteam stuff. You get a Jordan card and a Jordan coach card, which is interesting. So you have to get 3 stars for every one. You just have to win a game, 16 points and 6 rebounds. I'm sorry, 9 rebounds. Wow, that's gonna be really tough to do. But yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely gonna be doing this again if you guys want a gameplay video on that. Again, let me know down in the comments. There's a lot of possibilities we can do, or this is gonna be the only 2K video I make for the year. We'll just have to see. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As you guys know, 2K has a big spot in my heart, and I love it a lot. I'll be playing it a lot, so if you guys want to see it, just let me know. Just let me know. Or if you even want a personal video for 2K, I can do that for you. If you want a certain rebuild, talk about a certain player, play a game, you can let me know down in the comments, or just email me. That'll also let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm doing a lot of gameplay videos recently, so I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, and I'll see you again in my next video very, 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 very soon. Alright guys,